Hello, it's Tuesday, the 2nd of December 2025. Welcome along to the channel, The Fifth Guardian. I'm your host, Tony Hunt, where today I'll be player of games. But as always, it's not my story, it's not your story. Today's story is all about competing within multiple series in Real Racing 3 Update 13.7, or should I now say 14.0.1? Anyway, more on that. I think we'll talk about that first, but let's get the game on screen first. Boom. Okay. Right. Yes, so. Ha! What happened? Well, for some reason, there was an update yesterday. So the game now sits at 14.0.1. I thought, oh, are there any changes? Well, apparently, what's new in this version, according to the developers, in this update, we've made some behind the scenes improvements to keep everything running smoothly, including some regular bug fixes. So, ooh, that's interesting. Lord Night Moon says hello, 350 gold. Yes, so in terms of new stuff in the game, there isn't anything. But as you see there, there's a need for speed, no limits, and it says install now. Now, it did actually have 50 gold. So when I clicked on it, and by the way, you don't have to install that game, you're immediately presented with 50 gold when you then go back into the game. So, yes, 50 free gold. Now, immediately, I'm always suspicious. Hang on a minute. What's going on here? Why have I got free gold? Aaron C. John enters the chat on the YouTube side, says hello. But then there was another change, and it's to do with the rewards that you get for playing adverts. Um, for a long time you only got single rewards, and then recently we've been getting double rewards. We're now getting triple rewards, which potentially means on a daily basis, if you play all 190 adverts, which could be as quick as 5 seconds long and sometimes longer than 30 seconds, you will receive a total of 60 gold and 980,000 R dollars. So for those new gamers that are sort of saying, I haven't got loads of R dollars and I struggle to get enough R dollars to either purchase some of the earlier cars or upgrade them. Um, Here's a potentially a very easy win. 980,000 R dollars a day. You do have to play a lot of adverts, but even if you play only a few of them, you're going to be earning 6,000 R dollars per advert or free gold per advert. That's an improvement. But I'm also immediately suspicious, and I'm thinking, hello, what's around the corner that's going to cost me so much? But that's the distrusting personality that I can be in regards to this type of game. But we'll see. Aaron C. John says, looks like you have to take the McLaren Speedtail from your shame garage. Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much for the reminder. That's a good point. Yeah, so with it being a Tuesday, as well as getting a new version of the game, which appears not to really have any differences in terms of the front facing part of it. So it looks like they've just made some changes at the back end. It is being a Tuesday. It means there's a new weekly time trial and a new online multiplayer tournament. And so we're going to obviously take a look at those aspects first. Now, what have we got? We've got the weekly time trial, as Aaron C. John has so politely mentioned, we've got the McLaren Speedtail, which means, unfortunately, it is back out of the shame garage. Damn you, McLaren Speedtail. I didn't ever want to see you again. The other two cars, so you've got the Jaguar XE SV Project 8, the McLaren 720S Coupe, and obviously top of the list is the McLaren Speedtail. Now, if you do own this car and you haven't fully upgraded, then this car does have 50% discount on all upgrades. It is expensive still, but I would probably recommend doing it. Get it out of the way. Get the pain of driving this car out of the way. In terms of what it's in, if we go into the garage, it's in the Season 4 Hybrid Beasts of Speed. So obviously, if you own the other two cars in that series, and it's just a case of you having to upgrade the McLaren Speedtail, you can take that series to 100%, earn some gold. And in addition, it has an exclusive series. Now, as I've already gone down the path of upgrading the car, I don't need to race this car other than in the weekly time trial. Now, this car, as Lord Night Moon has said, says this car is very slippery. Indeed, it is. Shamath Munasing says there are these ads around the 1 minute mark most of the time, and they're super annoying. Oof, well, that is unlucky. I'm lucky enough that most of the time at the moment, I think because of what's coming out of the cinema, it's either a Zootopia ad, which lasts about 30 seconds, or 5-second ads. So it's not quite so painful for me. So I feel your pain if you're only getting a reward every 1 minute. Yes, that's not so good. Right, okay, so not really looking forward to this, I'll be honest. McLaren, and it's a round Monza as well. Ugh. Now this car is horrific on grip, mainly to do with just how fast it is. So I'm going to go slowly. I'm just going to set a banker lap because I don't like this car at all. Oh, you see, look at that. I was going slowly. Oh, I hate this car. So this is one of those cars where you do have to brake early. And as you can see, I've just got no idea what I'm doing. And this is why this car is in the shame garage, because I can't stand it. It is, in my humble opinion, one of the worst cars in the game. But I'm sure eventually I will suss out its capability again. That's why it was in the shame garage, so I didn't have to ever drive it. But you can see I'm all over the place. I'm not even pushing it. I'm not even pushing it. Watch it go off here. It's going to go off here. Look at that. That's shocking. What a crap car this is. As I say, worst car in the game. You know what? If McLaren offered me one for free, I'd go, no thank you, I'll pass. Obviously I wouldn't, but I would sell it immediately. Oh dear, that was terrible. Look at that. That's shocking. That's shocking. I don't even know where I've ended up. Let's have a look. That is horrific. Carlos Guerra enters the chat after a long time, says, hello, Tony, how are you? I'm back. Well, welcome back, Carlos. I am very well. I hope you are too. It's very good to see you again. That was rubbish. That's how much I hate this car. That's got to be my worst, best lap. My worst first lap ever. I just can't stand this car. I still went off track. Unbelievable. So I would suggest there are two cars that need removing from this game. All the Formula E cars and this one. Oh, it's a horrible, horrible car. Now he says I'm up. I'm not entirely sure if I am or not. Nevertheless, as it is, unfortunately, the top car, I'll persevere. Okay, there we go. Horrible car. Horrible car. Chamath Munasing says, I tried watching as many ads as possible for almost 3 hours and only managed to get 45 gold. I'm trying to hit 60 before the day ends though. It's a tough grind. Yeah, that is a tough grind. Remember, it is a total. Basically, before you get your last 15 gold, you've got to have played 185 ads, which is a crazy amount. But obviously, if they're 5 seconds, you can fly through them. If you get 1 minute ads, you can't. Carlos Guerrero says, where are the 2025 F1 cars? Do you know? Short answer to that is no. I've got no idea. I wonder. This is going through my mind. Is if it's licensed, a license would be what? Either a 1 year or maybe a 5 year. And if you think 2019 was the first year F1 is in the game, is it possible we won't get the F1 cars in the release that comes available in 2 weeks' time? All I can say on that is I don't know. Watch this space. Right, let's have a look at how bad this is. So I'm in Group E. No surprise. I mean, I hate this car. I dislike it so much. So it looks like I can probably do a 124. Maybe even a 121. Right, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Just to get to Group D, I need to knock 4 seconds off. To be fair, I did get a penalty of 4 seconds, so that shouldn't be too hard if I'm sensible. There you go, I've already avoided a penalty. So, I'm up half a second, just about. I am so not a fan of this car. Amazingly, I'm a second up. Quite often with these hypercars, it's more about where you brake, not how fast you go. Now, I did slow down way too early there. Still feel like I'm just holding on for dear life, though. Right, I'm going to brake early here. That was a disaster around that corner. So I have improved, not by much. I did say 122, and there we go, a 123. So I am into Group D. But yeah, it's just uncomfortable to drive. Just uncomfortable to drive. So Shamath Monasing says, I was looking forward to buying this car since it's literally 50% off. But after watching a few videos about it, I'm not so sure anymore. I definitely wouldn't buy it. If you have it, upgrade it, get the series it's in done, and then put it in the shame garage. But if you don't own it to begin with, definitely don't spend gold getting this car, in my humble opinion. I would just be waiting for a flashback event to win the car. Um, yeah, it's horrible. If there's a car I can recommend never to get, it would be this one. It would be this one. I'm definitely not a fan of this car. But cars are there to test us, I guess. Test how good we are. Look at that, amazing. What? How has that happened? Amazingly, I'm only a second away from getting into Group C. So 123.050. Now, there's obviously quite a number of places I can improve. The problem is, if I brake too early, the game is over. Oh, it's like that. See? Now that I've got a half decent time, as soon as I get a penalty, it's quit and restart. But I obviously braked way too late there, so let's see if we can brake a bit later. See, I've broken too late now. There you go. Now you might be wondering why I'm struggling so much, and it is because all the braking zones that I'm aware of for other cars go out the window of this car because you just have to brake so much earlier. It really is no fun at all. See what I mean? I was almost off there. Almost. And again. No, I don't like this car at all. Not a fan. Now, I think if you go back through my library, you'll see me win this car, and it's looking back at it, it's hilarious. I'm terrible with it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Keep going. There we go. I think I've got into Group C somehow. That's amazing. Again, it's probably because everybody's not purchasing this car because it's horrific. So Shamath Monda Sings goes on to say, I love the car's top speed and acceleration and all that, but I don't get why the devs gave it such terrible grip and braking. It's probably because it does have that. And it's not so much that the car just failed to get into Group C. Would you believe it? Would you believe it? And it's not so much that the car has absolutely terrible grip or braking. It's just relative to its top speed and acceleration. So, for example, look at that grip, 1.37 Gs. Now, for most cars, that'd be excellent grip. But for this car, because of its top speed, it's horrific. And also look at the braking, 84 feet. That's pretty good. But again, it's relative to how quick this car accelerates and its top speed. So it literally accelerates quicker than it brakes, and that's the problem. So it's a completely different driving experience. You have to brake so much earlier. I know I'm obviously not the best driver in the world in this game, but normally I get to grips with most cars, but this car, not so much. So I'm almost in Group C. And to be fair, I'm quite, I'm relatively happy with that. A 122 against the best, which is a 116. That's only 6 seconds off with a car that is almost unbearable in terms of control. So I'm quite happy with that. Also goes on to say, I really love the design of it too. Yeah, it looks beautiful. It just drives like an absolute dog. Carlos Guerrero says, Tony, I have 1,400 gold. What should I do? Which event car should I invest in? Right, we'll get back to that. We'll answer that question shortly. Okay. Now we just need to be a little bit better to get into Group C. No messing up. So I think I'm doing pretty well here. But you know, that usually means just before the rug is ripped from underneath our feet. Oh, here we go. Oh, there we go, a little bit sliding. Okay, I'm only just up. Oh dear, I think I've just messed that up. Walk away in disgust. Okay, let's try that again. That was looking good until that corner. You see, that's the thing. Normally I brake where that green felt is around the parabolica. Just doesn't work with this car. Just doesn't work with this car. So I've got to rediscover new braking points for this car on this track. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh. I will say this. It's a fun experience driving around Monza completely out of control. But it doesn't look like I'm going to get any quicker, which is a shame. Okay, so now I've got to get braking correct. There we go, all the way to the finish line. There we go. A 121. Boom. That's probably about as good as it gets for me. I do think I can go a little bit quicker, but all I'll be able to do is consolidate my position in Group C. Back where I belong, Group C as always. And the good news is, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of this car for this stream. Good riddance. What a horrible car to drive. Now look at that as well. You think, oh, I only need to knock 2 seconds off. That's a lot easier said than done. But there we go. And you know what? Look at my position. 4,860. It is about where I expect to come, 5,000th. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. I'm really happy with that. That's yeah, not bad at all. Oh, now we did it. I think we've earned. Oh, yeah. So look, there we go. There's a difference in the GUI. You now get colours in the notification section. So when cars are being serviced, you've got a red notification mark. I don't know. Well, I guess if it floats their boat, let them do it. Oh dear. Right, okay. Oh, and I did not earn $R. Hang on a minute. Have I not earned? Oh, hello, hello. I'm sensing a bug. I think they've broken something because I don't think I've got $R. VP for that. It says because there's only one. There's only one cup to do, and that's only got 5,250, which means I can finish on 45,250. And it says I need 46,250. I'm sensing a bug. I'm sensing a bug. So the bug is you don't get rewarded VP when you do the weekly time trial. That's rubbish. Shanaf Munasing says that was a solid run. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's about as good as I get. Right. So to Carlos's questions, which cars should you've got 1,400 gold. Obviously, it depends whether or not how much you want to spend. But what I can say is first off, Track Day Nismo R33. That's reasonably to do. You only need to upgrade to free across the board, and it doesn't cost you a shed load of $R or gold, and it's quite a stable car. So that's an easy one to win. As I say, it doesn't cost you loads of money. What else have we got? So we got the long tail. Yeah, I'd avoid that one. That one's horrific. The next thing on the list, I'd say, is the Radical RXC. It's a limited series. I believe it's free across the board again. It's not cheap, but it's, again, another solid car to drive. It's only in one series, but it's a fun car to drive. So I'd go for those two, definitely. And that will probably only cost you 600 gold. And then if you've got a bit of money left, I would suggest choose between either Visions of Utopia, the Lotus Evija, and my personal favourite, the BMW M Hybrid V8 Limited Series. This car is in, it hasn't got an exclusive series, but it is in 2 series on the motorsport side. So that would probably be my recommendation in terms of if you're having to pick and choose cars. That's what I would choose. Oh, hang on. No. So it hasn't paid me, because I don't think I've literally done every single event. It hasn't paid me my 1,000 VP. So I think that's a mess up. Now, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take it. I'll just take it off screen for a second. Just give me a second. Let me just see if I just need to restart the game. Where are you? Where's it gone? I can't find it. There we go. That's it there. No, that's not it. Where is it? Oh, it's down here. Right. Let's take it off. I'll just restart it. But yeah, so that's disappointing. They obviously tested the game very well. So, so why have we got 50 gold free? Why have we got 50? And think about that question. Why did they? You know, as I said, there's always a reason. There's always a reason. Now, let me get this back on screen. There's always a reason why they gave you free gold. It wasn't because you were going to install an ad. It's because they buggered up the VP reward. And so, technically speaking, You're 1,000 down, and therefore there's no chance of getting that 50 gold reward. Unbelievable. Oh dear. And I haven't got the reward. I haven't got the reward. Right, anyway, so moving on. So, yeah, apparently the release was all about fixing bugs, and instead they've introduced them. Next up, we've got the online multiplayer tournament, which ends in 6 days, 6 hours. This does also have a car available to fully upgrade. The discount isn't quite so good. It's 35%. As you can see, I've already got that upgraded from a previous discount offer on this car, I think. Now, if you were to do it, what is it in? Oh no, it's still, ugh, I hate it when it does this. So this is the Aston Martin. The Aston Martin, let's see if we can find it manually then. And which one is it? It is the V12 Vantage. Vantage 2022. Come on, where are you? There we go. Okay. So, it is only in 2 series. So, it's in Season 2 Astonishing Martins. So, you could potentially get that series completed. And it does have an exclusive series. Obviously, not as much discount as the Speedtail, but it won't be as expensive. So, let's see how we get on with this car in an online multiplayer tournament. And normally, as it's the first go, it normally matches quickly. Yeah, so far, all I'm seeing are bugs added to the game, which is disappointing. Let's see how we race around this track. Okay, so this car feels a little bit better in terms of balance, but I always worry about Aston Martins. No, that's all right. It's not too bad. I'm going to do 2 laps around this short course at Silverstone. There you go. Found the grip limit. Oh, and again, lost it. 100 yards ahead, though, of second. So we're looking good for the win at this moment in time. Round the corner. Okay, so at least I'll get some goal on the board. Do you know what though? I'm a little bit angry by the fact they've put an update down and they've broken something, and they've broken a significant part of the game, which is VP rewards. I'm sure I haven't missed any. Have to have a look at that later. Carlos Guerrero says, Lotus is good. Can you show me? Carlos says, you have another week and then you can get the 1,000 points. Oh yeah, I do, don't I? Yeah, I've got it all wrong. So there is no bug. Yeah, there's another week, isn't there? I forgot about that. There was me bitching and whinging. I take it all back, developers. I do apologise. I was thinking this is the last week, but it isn't. Yeah, so everything's good then, right? But I tell you what's a bit weird, because I thought when I played last night and I completed the event, I thought I was pretty close to getting the R-dollars. So I would have expected to have gone over it. But you are indeed correct. I do have another week. So that's my miscalculation. So I do apologise to the developers there. There isn't a bug. Everything's fine. All is good in the world. Right, so I've got to 4 gold after the first race. We're now looking at the Hockenheimring National Circuit. It's again another 2 laps. We'll give the car another go. Hopefully get it up to 6 gold if we can finish at the very least in the top 3. Yeah, I was having a right old whinge about that and I got it completely wrong. My mistake. I'll tell you what I wouldn't do, the Lamborghini. That Lamborghini is horrible to drive. And when you lose control in it, boy do you lose control. So I take it you're on about the Lotus in the middle. So I won't race that, but I will show you it in the series that it's in. It is another fun little car. I mean, up to this point, for some reason, I'm winning these online events very easily, which I'm quite surprised about. But I will just do 2 races and then call it a day in terms of online racing. Hopefully I'll be up to at the very least 6 gold if I win this race. So there we go, that is 1 lap done. Going a bit wide there, still in the lead though. Well, at least I'm not going off track with this car like I was with the Speedtail. This feels a much more balanced car. The Speedtail is just so uncontrollable. Almost. So as soon as I said the car's pretty well balanced, I go and mess up. There you go, that's me all over. Nevertheless, we bring it home for the win. Melvin Lee enters the chat. Welcome along. Obviously, it looks like Lord Night Moon is answering your question there. Shaman Munasing says, if you had to pick one, would you go with the BMW M Hybrid V8 or the Ferrari 499? Well, that's a good question. Technically speaking, the Ferrari 499 is the better car. The 499p, but I just love how the BMW looks. It's not as good a car as the Ferrari, but I prefer the BMW. I like how it looks, I like how it drives. Fortunately, I have both cars. Yeah, Yeah, and obviously the Ferrari 499p also has an exclusive series. Oh, no, cancel. We don't want to do that again. Let's have a look, see where we've ended up. There we go. 6 gold points. I'll take that. Right, so Carlos was asking about the Morg... Oh, no, the Lotus. Oh, this one. Oh, no. What Lotus? Which Lotus? Was it one of the... Oh, the Evija. Right, okay. So... let's go up here into the road garage. Let's go to where Lotus are. Oh, where is it? There we go. There we go. The Lotus Evija. Looks cool. It is an electric car. There we see. So therefore, torque is pretty awesome on it. So its acceleration is off the charts. Top speed, not so brilliant. 236 miles per hour, though, isn't bad. But you see, it's a much better, well-balanced car. Brakes. See, look, braking is technically less than the Speedtail. It brakes in 88 feet as opposed to 84. But compared to its top speed, it's just a lot more friendlier. But I guess what makes this car stick out is the grip. It's in 2.10G. I still find this car a little bit tricky, a little bit slippery, but it's not as slippery in any way, shape or form as the Speedtail. Carlos says, thank you. You are most welcome, sir. Right, okay, so what have we done? What have we done? We've done the online multiplayer tournament and we've done the weekly time trial. We did earn 1,000 VP, apparently. Yeah, it says it there. I can't have been concentrating. It's been one of those lives. Yeah, so I apologise for pointing the finger that there was a bug there. There obviously isn't. So I will have one more weekly time trial to do, and the 5,250 VP rewards to gain from doing the Porsche 911 GT1 Strassen version limited series, and so I will get the final 50 gold VP reward. There we go. My bad. I do apologise. Right, what are we doing next? Well, I'm going to go into road collection, going to go into exclusive, and I'm going to actually start with the Porsche 911 GT2 RS Club Sport 25. Now, this series I can take to 25% and get 15 gold. I'm just going to get it up to 15 or 25%, and then it's also got a series I can complete as well, so I'm going to have a look at that next. So what am I going to do? I'm going to have a look at maybe doing, let's do 2 eliminations. Bit of fun racing against other... Oh, so it looks like my camera is frozen, so I do apologise for that. So let's get that back into working. Let's have a look. Where are we? There we go. It always freezes in the most inconvenient place. Right, I think we're working again. There we go. Right, sorry about that. Right. Let's do this elimination. Now, this car is pretty grippy. So I might like a fast car, but I prefer a grippier car. That's why I think the Radical RXC is pretty awesome. It drives very much like... an LMP2 car. So I guess what I mean by, is it LMP2 or LMP3? What I mean by that is it's very grippy. Acceleration isn't brilliant and its top speed isn't brilliant, but it is very well balanced and it's very hard to get it to skid, which I think is a plus, not necessarily a negative. I'm in the lead, 4 cars left in the race. I am only just ahead, but I think I can do my best to bring this home. So I was getting quite excited about the being a release, because I did wonder if they were going to do something similar to what they did with the Interlagos early release, where a few months later they added it late on. So I wondered if they were going to do something similar to the Sebring early release, if they were going to add that to the game, but no, nothing like that, which is it's not necessarily disappointing, but I guess the problem is no one can really see what all the big changes are, if indeed there are any big changes, other than a few colour changes in the user interface. There doesn't seem to be a great deal. I suppose then added to that, as I said, there's the 50 free gold and the fact you earn triple rewards when you play in adverts. Bit of a weird one, but there we go. Ayaka enters the chat and says, hello, Mr. Tony. Hello back. Welcome along. Thanks for watching. Thank you for saying hello in the chat. Right, so 24%, almost there at 25%. So we'll do the elimination around the West Circuit at Suzuka. I don't think I even need to get first to get the 25% reward, but obviously I will try to aim for it. Still in last place. Oh, there you go, that's better. And out of last place. Third. A little bit aggressive there. Might need Eric to do some bodywork repair. Oops. Tried to go the long way round. He's going way too quick. Lost grip. So I'm only in third. Got a bit of time to make amends though. There we go. Oh dear. Rightly so, I got dropped back to third there. That was shocking. Here we go into second. Into first, but it's close. 3 cars left in the race. Definitely got a podium position. Camera hasn't frozen again just yet. Oh, that's not going to help. As soon as I lost grip there, I did my best to defend the inside line, so he had to overtake me around the outside. That was close. That was a close race. But there we go. First. Shamath Munasingh says, I guess most cars feel a lot better after driving something like the Speedtail. Laughing face. Yes. Yes. Although there is another car in my shame garage. So there are two cars in my shame garage. One is the Speedtail, because it's horrible. And for the very same reason, although in terms of PR, the car is a lot less. So we've hit 25% there, got some more gold. The car in question, if I can remember it, let me see if I can find it. Let's have a look. It is. Where is it? Oh, I can't even remember what it's called. Is it a Dodge? No, I don't think it's a Dodge. Ah, Cadillac. Right. The Cadillac CT5 V Blackwing is also in my shame garage for the very same reason. All to do with that grip. So again, that's another car that's hard to drive. And the thing with this particular car is that whereas with the Speedtail, it's a lot easier to get control of it again. This car, it sort of goes, spins one way, then the other. So it's very hard to get it back under control. So that car is also in my shame garage. At the moment, I've only got two cars in my shame garage. And I can't wait to get the Speedtail back in there. Right, so carrying on with the Porsche, which we still have another opportunity to do more racing, is I'm going to go to season 1, I think it is, which is when this car was introduced. And I have a series there still open, I don't know what I did there, called Indomitable, of which the Porsche 911 GT2 RS Clubsport 25 is the top car in this series. Potentially I can get 32 gold if I complete the remaining 2 cups. Now, what I have up my sleeve, if I select the Grand Prix circuit, no guarantee this will be the case, is I have an engineer to hire. So I'm going to hire the engineer with the intention of doing both cups and completing this series and thus earn some more gold. No guarantee that will happen, but we'll give it a go. You know what, this will happen. Flying through the field. Right, I'm going to go round the outside. I always like staying out of trouble. There we go, up into 8th. Now, for those that don't know my streams that well, there's one thing that I'm not very good at, and that is corners that are 90 degrees or longer. And this track has 2 of them, having now just done 1. And I've got another one coming up. And this one's downhill as well, so this makes it even harder. Not a fan of those 2 corners. I'm in 7. Now that's 6. If I can get 5th, that'd be perfect. If I can stay on track, that'd be even better. There we go. That's perfect. So, end of lap 1. Currently in 5th. 4 cars to overtake, 4 laps to do it in. The odds are definitely in my favour. I'm sure that's from a film. I can't remember the name of it. I don't think it was any good. Okay, so we're in 3rd already. 2 cars to overtake. I don't need to push too hard. I just need to get on the tail of 2nd ready for the remaining 3 laps. Oh, just gone off there. Oh dear. Push, 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 but not too hard that we spin. I think I took that corner just a bit too tight. It slowed me down as I was effectively on the grass. There we go, that's perfect. Look at this. End of lap 2. On the tail of second, well, almost. 2 cars to overtake, 3 cars, 3 laps to do. And there's 1 car. There we go. Wonderful. So real possibility of getting to 100% in this series. Now, under normal circumstances, with 2 weeks to go, I would be doing something that I'd call gold harvesting, which is doing my absolute best not to spend any gold, while doing my absolute best to earn as much gold as I possibly can, ready for the new release. But I've got over 3,000 gold, so I think so long as I can just keep it above 3,000, I can spend a bit on upgrading some cars and completing some more series. Now, I might not do that today, but I'm definitely going to do that on Friday. Oh dear, oh dear. Little error there. So we are in first, 2 laps to go. Let's bring this home. John enters the chat on the YouTube side, waves his big pink hand, says hello. Hello John, welcome along. Thank you for watching. Thank you for waving your big pink hand. Always good to see it. Okay, still in first. And Massiage Gamer says hello. What are you doing? I'm going off track. Oh dear, I'm causing havoc. What am I doing? I am racing the Porsche 911 GT2 Clubsport 25 in its series called Indomitable, and I'm doing a 5-lap cup race around the Red Bull Ring. Currently in first. I've actually hired, because there was one available, an engineer, so if I win this, the car will still not need servicing, and there's another cup to do in this series, of which I intend to do it, take the series to 100% and earn some gold, which makes me very happy. Yes, so Carlos, thank you very much for pointing out the fact there's another week. I'd lost all track of time. Yeah, so this update really is, it must be all stuff in the background, which does make me wonder what's coming up when we have a new schedule available and hopefully a new set of cars 2 weeks today. Although, knowing the new developer, it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. Right, there we go. First place. Massey Edge Gamer says, do you have any damage? Yeah, of course I did. Of course I did. I had a lot of damage. But Eric was there doing body work, repairs on the car, ready for the next race. So, final cup in this series. Potential of earning 32 gold. It's at Spa-Francorchamps. 5 laps again. Let's. Do you know what? Let's hire, just because they're available, the agent, because I'm not far away from going up a fame level, which I think is now. I think I now earn 70 gold for such a thing. Right, I think this is going to be a tough race. Let me just clear these 2 cars, nip in behind 9th. They'll end up smashing into each other. Oh, good grief. Get out of my way. Oh. Into 6. Into 5th. Oh, back into 6. There we go, back into 5th. Oh. So at the end of lap 1, oh dear, I almost found myself back in 6th. I'm in 5th place, 4 cars to overtake, 4 laps to go. Like those odds. Let's pick off 1 car per lap. There you go. Slightly on the grass. But hey, only 2 wheels, not 4. I'm going to make this a bit of fun. As I said, 1 car per lap. So I'm not going to overtake 3rd until the start of lap 3. Oh, there we go. Holding on. Carlos says, "You're welcome, Tony." Yeah, thank you. And says, "I appreciate that." So do I, because I was having a right old rant there and I was completely wrong. Right, there we go. I am right on 3rd tail. Looking good for overtaking them at the start of lap 3. Oh. Almost overtook him there. Now I reckon I can get him on the inside here as he goes to the outside. I'll go to the inside. Into 3rd. Podium position. I do need to win though because I want the gold. Let's see if we can catch up to 2nd now. No, I can't because I just went off track. So that was a bit of a disaster there. Let's carry on pushing. Nice bit of racing this, I'm enjoying this. If you do find yourself getting a little bit bored with some of these cups, add an additional test for yourself. You never know, it might help when it comes to some of the events, because they do have some silly things that you have to do in events. Just keeps it interesting. So I can't overtake into second until the beginning of lap 4. It does look like I am well clear of 4th place. Oh. When I say well clear, not that clear, it's only 150 yards behind me, but hey, there you go. Right, can I move alongside second? Bit of a dangerous move this one, potentially. There we go, into second. And you did scratch my car. Obviously he did that, not me doing it on him. So second place. Stay on the tail of first. Oh, it's a disaster. He's gone off the track, but he's back on. Alright, there we go. We're back on the tail of first. That was a little bit precarious there for a second. I looked up, and that resulted in me going off track. Oh, and again. Oh. Never take your eyes off the road is the lesson to be learned. And now I'm a bit behind first, but it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it won't be a problem. Okay, final lap. One car to overtake. Right on my tail, right on his tail now. Can I overtake him down this long, long straight? And the answer is going to be yes. There we go. Into first. Nicely does it. Oh. Almost not round that corner. Right, I think we're bringing it home. Alright, there we go. 200 yards ahead of second. Final part of the final lap. I'm not getting caught now. There we go. First place. Another series taken to 100%. So Carlos has put, I was setting my time with the McLaren Speedtail, but it's difficult to find the braking points. Indeed, you have to find all new ones. A little bit of an obvious clue. They're earlier in the lap than what they used to be because you need to brake earlier. But yeah, best of luck with that one. Says at the Porsche 919 hybrid event. I didn't quite understand that, but fair enough. Right, okay, what have we done? We have completed that race. The car needs servicing, and I'm pretty sure I have now taken that series to 100%, 32 gold earned. Right, now let's have a little bit of a break from earning gold. Let's have a go in Season 5 with one of the new cars, the Radical Revolution, with the Radical RXC. Carlos says there was a really bad bug in the second to last race of that event. No matter what I did, I wouldn't advance to the final race. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Right, so 83%. I think if I look at this, yeah. Oh, I forgot to service the car. Well, that wasn't very smart, which means I can't do any of it today. So, yeah, we'll have a go at that. That wasn't very clever on my part. We'll have a go at that on Friday then. So that car will be back on Friday because I completely messed up there. That's not like me. I don't normally mess up. Normally get everything right first time. Not to worry. Okay, how are we sitting? So we've got 87% road collection, which is what my goal was for the whole of this release. And motorsports is at 64%. Now I could take that higher, but as you can see there, my M dollars is at 5 million. So I've hit the cap. It even tells me that, even though I can earn 250,000 M dollars today, it won't up my total score, which is 5.18. 5,180,000. Now you might be wondering, how have I got more than 5 million? Well, if you are, it's simply because the daily total and the overall total are not impacted by VP rewards. So get to 5 million by racing and then collect the VP rewards that are M dollars, and it will add them to your total. Right, so with the time at 1 hour 15 minutes in terms of streaming, I've got one more race to do this evening, and that is in the exclusive section. The Mercedes-Benz, the SLR McLaren 722. In fairness, I only need to take this to 71%. So do I just go left to right? Or do I do the big races first? I think I'll do the bigger races first. So I'll leave the little ones, the quick races. So at tier 3, we've got a head-to-head around the short track at the Porsche test track. Let's see how we get on. So, Shamath Munasingh says, "Hey mate, got to head off now. This is my first time catching one of your streams, but thank you very much, sir. Very much appreciate the fact that you watched and commented in the chat. And it's really awesome. Got a class to get to. Well, best of luck. Enjoy the rest of your day." Carlos says, "I had spent a lot of gold for nothing on that hybrid event. So I submitted a ticket and they fixed the bug. Definitely one of the worst bugs I've ever encountered." Well, it was better than my Phantom bug in terms of it was real. But I'm glad you got that sorted. I wonder what they would do nowadays, though. I just worry what they would do nowadays. Oopsie daisy, accidentally barged the guy off screen. It's a bit low, the audio. Let me just double check. Yeah, let's just get that turned up a little bit. There we go. Right, let's carry on racing. Now, it might not be any different for you, but it was definitely lower for me. Alright, there we go. Round the corner for the victory. I do like my head-to-heads. I'm normally quite successful doing them. There we go. Smash the car as you cross the finish line is always the way to finish such a race. Look at that. My fame level is slowly but surely approaching 627. Right, so I think that takes me up to 73%. There we go. Let's move on down the tiers, see if we've got any more longer races. There we go, tier 9, head-to-head at the National Circuit at Dubai. Now I think this is for 15 gold as well. This particular exclusive series doesn't pay out a lot of gold. I believe it's only 60 in total. But sometimes I look at completing a series is just as much about improving my overall completion percentage as it is about earning the gold. Although obviously earning gold is always very nice, thank you very much. Okay, so we're in first. Just got to stay there now. Let's bring this home. There we go, first place. That should mean 75%, 15 gold added to my total. There we go. Okay, 75%. So what I'll do is I'll just look through and see if we've got any more longer races to have a go at, which we haven't. So I'm going to do one bit of suffering. I'm not a fan, in case you've not already gathered, of the Formula E circuits. I really don't like them, but I will give this a go to see if I can get it to first. Probably won't do. But we'll give it a go, see how we get on. Carlos says, I also find the volume on my Bluetooth headphones to be very low, but it's loud when I use a wired headset. Yeah. Melvin Lee says, my McLaren Speedtail 2020 is now fully upgraded and it has unlocked the exclusive series. Very good. Yeah, I don't see me winning this, but we'll give it a go. I'm just not a fan of this track at all. Get rid of Formula E, get rid of the tracks that are Formula E tracks would be what I would want. And I know I'm not going to get any of that. Look at that. I mean, there's no place to overtake. Somehow, I've managed to get into 5th. I actually think there's an outside chance of doing this at this moment in time. I'm sure I'll mess it up into 2nd. So the big problem I have with this type of track is you're flat out and then you're braking so hard to go round a 180 turn. I just don't like it. And obviously the computer opponent can do it so much better than me, so he's disappeared off into the sunset. So it looks like I'm going to get 2nd again. Unfortunately, I can't help but slide. Yeah, nowhere near 1st at this moment in time. But you know what? That's not a bad attempt getting 2nd. Of course, I might not get 2nd. I'll tell you what I'm not going to get, and that's 1st. So that's not good. That's not good at all. Right, shall we have another go at that? Let's see if we can improve. If we've got any durability left. Yes. Right. Can I go differently if I go round the outside? I really should follow my own advice, you know. Let's go round the outside. Yeah, I'm actually in a lower position, I think. Actually only in 7. There we go. And get to 2nd, just can't get 1st, and he's gone. He's gone. Anyway, not to worry, because all I'll do is put the game in offline mode, off screen, and compete when it's offline, and I just need to beat computer opponents. I'll take that approach. So I think I will make this the last race of today, because I don't think I'm going to improve on 2nd place. In fact, you know what? I might even drop to 3rd. So my dislike of Formula E tracks continues. But at least we've earned some gold, so we'll leave it there, I think. Coming up to an hour and a half of racing, finishing a little bit earlier than what I would prefer, but yeah, we've done everything in the game at this moment in time, so I'll leave it there. This series will be back on Friday with an intention of taking it to 100%. Okay, so Gold is looking good. So there won't be a stream now until Friday. My general observation of the update is it's a bit weird. There's obviously stuff going on in the background. I obviously do like the idea you can earn more gold. That's always a good thing. But I'm always suspicious as well. And my immediate reaction is, why are you giving me more gold? Does that mean the cars coming up are going to be quite expensive? Or are there other changes ahead, possibly? We'll see. We'll see. Right, so there we go. That's the end of racing for today. So, as I said, there will be a stream on Friday. I do have some two additional cars that I'm going to look to upgrade, compete in both the series that I haven't yet taken to 100%, and each of those two cars also has an exclusive series. Probably won't be doing the exclusive series on Friday, but we'll be upgrading the car, taking it closer, or cars, taking them closer to open up the exclusive series. And the reason why I'm doing that is I've got 3,369 gold. My intention is to make sure whatever I spend, I keep it above the 3,000 level in terms of gold. Obviously, I'm not overly worried about M dollars or overly worried at this moment in time about R dollars. There we go. That's the end of the stream. That's the end of racing for today. Carlos asks the $1,000,000 question, says, who do you think will win the F1 Championship this year? So I actually think that two things will happen on the race on Sunday, and that is Max Verstappen will probably win the race, but Lando Norris will finish in the top three, and therefore he will win the championship overall. So if you look at Lando over the year, he's been very consistent in terms of finishing in the podium places. I see no change there on Sunday, just so long as he keeps his head, and he has done up to this point. What I would also say is, even if Lando gets pole, it's more than likely he's going to be overtaken, because he's not had a great number of successful starts from pole position. But I don't think it matters. He's always proven himself to do okay on race day. And even when he's lost places at the start, he typically gets them back. So I don't think he's going to be too worried. Well, obviously he's going to be worried, but I do think it's with Lando. I think as long as he keeps his head, keeps his calm, he will take the championship, even if he doesn't take the race. The only possibility of either one of the three drivers that are in the championship of having a surprise, I think is going to be down to engine failure. I think that could be the only possibility where Lando doesn't win, is if he has any mechanical problems. And when I say win, I don't mean win the race, I mean win the championship. And Carlos says, that's exactly what I think will happen. Yeah, yeah. Right, okay, so if you've enjoyed this stream, please give it a thumbs up and a like. Oh, another message. Carlos says, if McLaren doesn't mess up the strategy again, everything will be fine. I think even if they mess up the strategy, it just means Max will easily win. I mean, yeah, I'm sure it'd be okay. I'm sure it'd be fine. Just focus minds and calm heads. And as I said, Lando will bring that championship home. I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, so if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up or a like. And if you'd like to see more of this type of content, then if you watch on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel The Fifth Guardian. And if you watch on Rumble, then please follow the channel The Fifth Guardian. With that being said, I hope whatever is left of your day is a very good one. I look forward to seeing you all on Friday. By the way, there'll be some roller coaster videos out tomorrow and Thursday, but the next stream will be on Friday. So until then, thank you and goodbye.